It is Sunday the 6th of March, and we are back out here looking for Paul's other side. And what I've been doing is covering all the fields where he's been crossing and going back and forth from the food plot. And I can pretty confidently say at this point that those sheds are not in these fields anywhere. So now we're gonna just start ruling chunks out. I'm gonna kind of, in a way, take each section and just cover it and then go to the next section as good as I can. I'm also going to be announcing the winner of the trail camera on this video. Hopefully this wind isn't too bad for you guys. But at the end of the video, I'm going to announce the two winners of the two Seymour trail cameras. So stick with me. I always seem to find myself in predicaments with this stinking Honda. I came in off this path in the corner of Brian's field right here, and it looks like a pretty good path right here. There's a big ass stump right in the middle. Perfectly high centered. Oh boy. I'll have to hook the winch up. This is going to be the final resting place for the Honda for today. It's caught up perfectly on a stump on the frame under there, and the winch won't pull it out. I'm ripping stumps right out of these. I'm ripping the trees right out of the ground. It's just perfectly caught up in there. It's not coming out, so I'll have to get the bucket tractor and probably just lift it off. Either way, that's where it's going to sit for the rest of the day. Luckily I'm not too far from home, so we can walk home. In the meantime, let's try to actually shed hunt and find Paul's shed. You can see where they'd done a lot of logging in here. Lots of treetops and tell you what, everybody, I've had a rough morning so far. So I've walked 2.75 miles, 2 3/4 miles. Haven't found absolutely anything. Obviously got the gator stuck. Smoked my knee. Hurts like crazy. And I've just been walking around in here. I've been doing like a grid search so I can pretty much count off each section as I go. You know, I'm starting with the sections that I thought that Paul would be most likely his other side, because, you know, I've got a pretty good dial on what this deer does every winter. And it's been just kind of been thinking, man, what a terrible morning it's been here. I had all these high hopes for this nice weather, and I was getting discouraged. And I crossed the creek right here, and I came right up to this high spot. And I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera, but right there, here's the edge of the swamp right beyond that blowdown right there. And right there is Paul's right side. This is absolutely unbelievable. So this is, I've got both sides of him as a 2.5-year-old, both sides as a 3.5-year-old, and both sides now as a 4.5. And next year he's going to be 5.5. It's just incredible. I was so down and out this morning, and then all of a sudden, wham, from like the lowest of lows to like bam, there it is. And this shed was literally going to consume my life this spring. I was going to keep looking until I found that, and it was going to cause me to not be able to go look in other spots that I was really excited to look at, because I wanted to find this one so bad. So now this kind of opens the door up, and I can go into these other spots that I've been staying out of because I've been looking for him. But I'm going to get a picture from right here where I seen him. Oh man, I had wanted to put my hands yes. Oh, I was getting really discouraged, thinking that when they logged this a few weeks ago that the horn got covered up, to be honest with you, because right where they were really getting after Brian's Woods is right where this deer had been bedding every day. And actually, you can see some of the trees that they'd cut down are just right there. Luckily, those Amish didn't have a good eye for an antler, because they probably would have seen it from right there. I'm gonna get a few pictures for Instagram. Oh man, I'm so jacked up. So this is how he gets his name, Paul. Even since he was just a 2.5-year-old, he had a lot of palmation right here at his G2, and that's why I started calling him Paul. And he holds that really well. He didn't have any of this last year. You could see the start of a split brow last year as a 3.5-year-old. He had a little bit of a bladed he had a bladed brow tine with this point just starting right here, so you can see the difference this year. When we get back to the house, I'll show you more in detail. Got another little kicker coming out of the base there. I can't wait to see this deer as a 5.5-year-old next year. I'm pretty jacked up that we finally got our hands on this bugger. My bad day turned into a great day. I'm gonna go ahead and mark where I found it on Onyx, and when I go back I'll show you each year where I've picked up these sheds and how far from each other each year they've been. It's pretty cool data to kind of hold on to each year. Honestly, that's really it for this woods. You know, I found that 7-point, I found that flat top buck that I was talking about, that I had seen my little buddy all year long. I found his. This was really the only antler, the only other antler I was looking for. So I think that's a wrap on shed hunting in here. We can go on to greener pastures at this point. He was bedded right on this hummock here, right next to the swamp. In fact, right where I picked it up, you can see the hair right there. Awesome. Let's run back and grab the bucket tractor so we can get my gator out of there. We're back to the scene of the crime here. I pulled my truck down here along the edge of the field, and so my plan is I want to see if I can jack it up and get it lifted, the frame lifted off the stump, and then put this 2x6x10 underneath it, and then winch it, you know, sliding across the top of the stump so the frame isn't catching. So we'll give it a try. I don't know if it's gonna work. We got it jacked up off the stump. You can see that stump was caught, you know, right there on the frame of the gator, and it was actually, it kind of messed up the belly pan there. It bent the belly pan in pretty bad. That's only plastic though, that's not even metal. At least in the front it's only plastic, so I think I'm gonna put this board in there and try to see if we can just pull it off. This is sinking down a little bit. Now if we let it down, okay. I don't know. I'm not positive if that's gonna work or not, but we're gonna have to give her a try. We got it. Success. That stump right there sucks. But we're out. It worked. Okay, I'm back to the house with the right side to Paul. This is the antler that I was looking for more than any others this year, and I finally was able to find them and attach this to the missing, this was the missing piece of the puzzle. Here we go. There it is. Yeah, Paul is a 2.5-year-old, 3.5-year-old, 4.5-year-old. So this coming year he's going to be 5.5, and it is going to be an exciting deer to see kind of what he turns into at 5.5. He made a pretty good jump on his right side from 3.5 to 4.5. His other side, not so much. Really pretty similar. Obviously gained some tine length and a little bit of mass, but either way, it's pretty incredible to have the history that I have with this buck. You know, both sheds 3 years in a row around here is pretty awesome. I've, you know, put a lot of time and effort into finding these sheds each year, and I was starting to get bummed out looking for this side. That was tough. So this side was exactly 1,056 yards from where I picked up this side. This is the one I found first. And the way I was able to do that is through all the trail cameras I have set up. So I had a pretty good idea on exactly where he was bedding and where he was traveling to get to the food plots. He was feeding in my food plots right here every night. So I knew if I could pinpoint exactly where he was bedding and where he was coming from, which, believe it or not, he's done kind of the same thing every year. And I was able to pick up this other antler. This one today was right in his bed. So he was actually bedded when he lost that one. He was feeding when he lost the other side. And I had been really scouring in between that bedding area and his feeding area looking for it. So he didn't actually lose it to or from. He lost it right in his bed. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Finally closed the chapter on that, on Paul's second shed. And we've got a heck of a story with this buck. Next year he's going to be 5.5. That's pretty exciting. I end up looking for more sheds later on in the day, and I end up picking up 5 more sheds. So look forward to the next video, and I'll show you that. And congratulations to the trail cam winners. Let me announce those right now. I've got them written down right here. It is Stephen Carr and Cole Finch. You guys are the winners, and I've actually already messaged you, I think, on the YouTube. So I'll shoot a message to you on Instagram if you guys don't contact me. But congratulations, I'll send these cameras out to you. And thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one.